Ethics lawyer for George W. Bush, and Ken Vecchio, Republican strategist and attorney. And Ken, as far as the law, I want to get to that in a second, but given all of the attention that Hillary Clinton and everybody got because of her email system, why on earth would any member of the Trump administration have even one email that was going from their private server to a government official?
I think this is an absolutely nothing story, because I have like 5 different emails, maybe 8, and you go to different emails at different times and you forget which one belongs to which type of profession or business or whatever you're in. What I'm getting to is this is a hyper-technical error.
Then was it hyper-technical for Hillary Clinton?
I think so, yes. I was the first person to stand up and say all this talk about Hillary Clinton causing national security issues and committing crimes was just complete nonsense. I think the problem with Hillary Clinton is, where there's a distinction, is that she actually set up a server to have emails sent out through her private account, and there was a lot of concern that she was destroying evidence. Now, I'm not saying Hillary Clinton was destroying evidence, because if she was, I think she would have been prosecuted. So I think the totality of these arguments is complete nonsense, and people that are jumping all over Ivanka Trump are hypocrites, because they're the same ones that were defending Hillary Clinton. I'm just straight down the middle of it. It's nothing illegal.
Richard Painter, how about it?
Well, when I was the chief White House ethics lawyer under President Bush, I told people over and over again, you never use your personal email for any official business. And most people complied, but we had a number of people in the political affairs shop who didn't, and then they got a lot of grief from the Democrats on the Hill. But nobody brought in the FBI or started screaming around, lock her up, or anything like that. Then we went through the Clinton episode, where that was blown, of course, way out of proportion. There's no evidence at all she's trying to hide anything, as she just used the wrong email server. She shouldn't have done it. The legal advisor of the State Department should have put a stop to it, but they didn't. It was an error, but it wasn't criminal. And now we have this with Ivanka Trump. But they all should know better. It's been in the White House staff manual ever since the Bush years. When I was there, you never do personal business on or official business, never do official business.
Richard, would you agree?
Email.
Would you agree that if Hillary Clinton purposely determined to destroy the emails that she had used on her private server, like lighting them on fire or burning them or taking a hammer to them, would you agree that she did something criminal then?
Well, I mean, if it is demonstrated that she violated a criminal statute, of course, there wasn't any evidence of that. That was just all made up. But the point is, all of this email has been made into a big deal, and it was made into a big deal by all these crazies who are screaming, lock her up. Now, I do want to emphasize, though, that if you choose to use your personal email for United States government business, the United States government should have the right, and that includes the FBI, the prosecutors, to do what they did with Hillary Clinton's, which is to go through all of it and find out what's in there that pertains to the United States government, pertains to Russia in the case of Robert Mueller, or to Saudi Arabia or the rest of it. And we happen to know that Jared Kushner is doing the same thing with his personal email.
Well, Richard, on that point, there does seem to be a distinction between the two cases, and this is something I think Ken was getting at, and that is Hillary Clinton deleted some of those emails. There's no evidence that Ivanka Trump deleted any of hers. So, yes, it may be a big nothing burger in both cases, but isn't it perhaps a little bit more of a serious nothing burger as far as Hillary Clinton was concerned than Ivanka Trump?
No, I mean, there's no evidence that Hillary Clinton intentionally deleted anything to try and keep people from getting a hold of United States government records. And that was exhausting. We went over and over that for years.
Hold on a second. Let's be fair here. There were thousands of emails, factually, that she deleted. We know that. Now, whether or not they just suddenly disappeared into the thin blue air seems kind of ridiculous. I mean, this is a woman who is at the highest level of government, and people were all over it within her group, the people that she employed, and it's obvious that she destroyed them on purpose.
Well, the United States House of Representatives Oversight Committee was all over it for several years. The FBI and everybody else.
That was Democrats that were heading it up, and the people that are running things right now.
Well, back the Republicans The Republicans have controlled the United States House of Representatives since the second year of the Obama administration.
Yeah, but the House of Representatives aren't the House of Representatives aren't the FBI. That's law enforcement, executive branch versus the legislative branch.
We've been over and over the Hillary Clinton thing. Everyone's looked under every single rock having to do with those emails. The important thing is they went through all the emails, and they should do exactly the same thing here. Go through all these Ivanka Trump emails and Jared's and find out what's going on. I'm interested in where they're collaborating with the Russians.
Where did Jared Kushner?
Jared Kushner apparently was also
doing the same thing.
He was doing the same thing. They had a shared private server that they were using. So the question is, did Jared send any emails as well? But Ken, can you understand why some Democrats, after hearing some of the Republicans at those rallies during 2016, and even now saying, lock her up, when Donald Trump was referring to Hillary Clinton, can you understand why some Democrats may now say, well, maybe we should lock up Ivanka Trump?
I don't think any Democrat should be saying anything like we should lock up Ivanka Trump, but I can understand why Democrats are seizing the moment and saying, gee, this sounds awfully similar. I don't think that the people who were screaming lock her up or Donald Trump, who was saying lock her up, meant to do it because she used a private email server and she used her personal private emails to send out government emails. I think that they were saying it for the reason I initially stated, that they believed that she purposely destroyed evidence.
Richard, how about it?
There's no evidence of that, and I want to interject that saying lock her up that way, that is why people talk in fascist dictatorships. And when you have a candidate threaten to put his opponent in jail, as Donald Trump did at the debate, that is disgusting. That's the way they talked in Hitler's Germany.
What? No. Richard, what's disgusting?
That he asked his counsel to investigate Hillary Clinton. We do not do business that way in the United States of America.
What is disgusting is to try to say that the people who were screaming lock her up were saying it just because she used a private email server. That's twisting what really happened. They were saying it because they thought she destroyed evidence.
They want to live in a fascist dictatorship.
His White House counsel, there's a report that Donald Trump did ask his White House counsel to have the Justice Department go ahead and charge his political opponents, and he had to be reminded that the Justice Department is an independent branch and that he shouldn't be doing that. So there is perhaps some misunderstanding on President Trump's part about the role of the Department of Justice. But we're going to have to leave it there. Richard Painter and Ken Vecchio, terrific conversation, fascinating issue. If you're in government service, everybody, don't use private servers. It's simple. Use the government email. Just ahead on stateside, Ellen Pompeo of Grey's Anatomy's fame just powerfully rebuked a magazine for its lack of diversity. We'll bring you the activist and activist in her own words. Plus, cat's got your ponytail? We got this and more coming up in Cirque du So Strange. Ken is one of these cats. I know it.
The trends.